dementia may be exhibiting. So remember that the dementia is not part of the normal aging process. A lot of times we think because as we get older, some people get experience dementia. It's not the normal part of the aging process. And then here's some statistics about people living with dementia. Now, some things that you may experience as you are experiencing dementia, they may be lost in a very familiar way. They may use unusual words to refer to familiar objects. They may forget the name of a close family member or friend. They're forgetting the memories. They're not being able to complete tasks independently. They may become restless, agitated, shout, scream. They may become very suspicious of others. They may ask you the same question repeatedly. You may even have someone that they misunderstood something that you said, and now they feel threatened. They may be frustrated or bored. There's a lot of things that your passengers may exhibit that may mean that they are suffering from dementia of some sort. So you may have people who are having difficulty communicating. They may have side effects from medication that's trying to help them with dementia. Sometimes their speech may be difficult. So you may have a difficult time communicating with that person. That their behavior, their body language, communicate, all has changed a bit, so it makes it more difficult for you to communicate with them. But you want to try to maintain eye contact. That way, if you can kind of keep them engaged, keep them focused, it may help with your ability to communicate with that person. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're keeping your conversation very focused. Try not to speak with the person's behalf. Allow them to complete their sentences. That's going to help with the communication process and help keep them focused as well. So again, remember when we talked about communication skills. Same thing applies here. Listen to your person and give them plenty of time to communicate. Maintain eye contact. Use simple language. All these things are things that we already discussed about how to have effective communication. So we're applying the same principles to someone who may be experiencing dementia. So someone that is experiencing dementia may be easily confused, especially when they're on your vehicle. Let them know, alert them when you arrive at their destination. Okay? Request maybe that they take a seat near the front of the bus, so that way you can communicate more easily with them. Here's the thing that really may be concerning to you is that they may not recognize their home when you return from the doctor's visit, even though that's where you picked them up. Because in their mind, they don't live there anymore. They live somewhere maybe where they lived 20 years ago. Right? So don't be surprised. So if this happens, remember that passenger may get an agitated with you because you're trying to let them off the bus in a place where they think they don't live anymore. So in a case like that, obviously we cannot just let the person off the bus and leave. We need to contact dispatch, let them know what's going on, and then there may be another contact person in dispatch records that they would call a family member or somebody that would actually meet you at the bus and then take that person from there. Okay, so that's something that I do hear. Providers tell me that this seems to happen quite frequently. So that's something that you want to be aware of. Okay, now for future trips, if you have this passenger that's exhibiting these things more frequently, obviously we need to change their plans for future trips. So that may be part of their manifest now because there's a handoff that you don't just leave the passenger.
Okay, so they keep pausing the video, making it last longer.
The passenger, there has to be someone there for you that physically can that person do.
I mean, if they were doing that to waste time as much as possible.
That your passengers may experience is autism. Okay, and now autism.
I'm going to the store, but I'm watching
experience. There's a wide range of what they're capable of doing, how they're able to communicate. So there's a wide range of that. So just look through these bullet points, and we'll give you some ideas on some of the things that some of your passengers may be experiencing that could be a result of the autism spectrum disorder. Okay, so now when you're providing transportation for someone with the autism spectrum disorder, you may not realize that others have different thoughts and may see what they are seeing from a different perspective. Okay, so for example, your passenger, if you have, let's say you're using a boarding pass, your passenger may show you the back of their boarding pass because that's what they're seeing, and they think, well, if that's what they're seeing, that's also what you're seeing. Okay, so keep that in mind. You know, when you have someone that's on that spectrum, you may have some issues like that that are real easy to fix. Right? Just help the person turn it over, explain to them what you're seeing. But remember that's part of this disorder that may present itself in your passengers. Remember, when you with your person on this autism spectrum disorder, be patient, just like you would with any of your passengers. But give that person time to answer. Be encouraging, be compassionate, and remember that person may speak at length about something that's their favorite topic. It may even be off point, but you have to give them the opportunity to have that conversation. Maybe try to redirect them. Okay, offer concise direction, clear choices. Okay, so that way you can relate to what that other person thinks and what you need to do to get your message across. The next couple of slides will offer some suggestions on how to provide assistance for someone with autism spectrum disorder. You looking at me mad as shit.
You don't like me. Ooh.
What's up, bro? You got a problem here? You looking at me mad as shit.
You don't like me. Ooh.
What's up, bro? You got a problem here?
Excuse me. What's up? How you doing? I'm good. What's your name? Is that your real name? It's definitely not.
What's your name?
Email.
My name.
Other medical
Excuse me.
What's
up? How you doing? I'm good. What's your name?
Obviously, can be
Is that your real name?
Experience.
It's definitely not.
Impact mobility. Certainly impact their ability to
Email.
regulate body temperature.
She got your
So
shoes
the
on.
next several slides are going to give you some ideas.
I can see it. You look like you done made this up at home. You still in school? I graduated in December. You gotta pull up to the graduation. Yeah, I just told you to pull up to the graduation. My first time ever. Why you ain't invite me on your vacation? That's cool. You wanna come and spend time? What you need? What's so funny? What you be smiling at?
That's with any relationship. This is validated.
It's just a game of how we
If you listen to communication, that's good communication part. That's part of good communication process. Being a good listener. Okay, offer support.
Yes.
For expressing. And I know this is in the section about education, but really this applies to all the passions. Validate their emotions by acknowledging their experience and being empathetic. And these are just ways of communicating essentially with anyone. We know it's going to take time, especially if you have a passenger who's used to television. It's going to take time, right, for them to be able to get used to the new way of being mobile and all the other things that come along with the results of the education. So encourage them to take things at their pace. They help them at their pace, not at your pace, but at their pace. And again, that's with any of these passengers. A spinal cord injury, very similar, but someone's having a spinal cord injury. There's other things that happen as well. Their body and their brain may not send and receive the hot-cold signals properly. So someone with a spinal cord injury may have a very difficult time regulating the body temperature. So again, we have to keep that in mind. The following slides will provide some examples of some other things that a person with a spinal cord injury may experience, and some of which we've already covered in the climate control section of this course.
talked to him for 5.5 hours. He's like begging me to like get a deal with Q. Like he's afraid of the fucking brackets. I'm like, and it's just like, yeah, man. By the way, I'll just fucking out him. Jim Carrey called me up last week. I talked to him for 5.5 hours. He's like begging me to like get a deal with Q. Like he's afraid of the fucking brackets.
As you know, dialysis is a way of removing waste
yammering on
products
with
with excess
crap,
fluid
but
from
like
blood
not
when the kidneys
owning
stop
up or
working
doing
properly.
anything
You know,
fucking
these
meaningful.
passengers that are going to street,
Meanwhile,
they
just
have some
lying
possible
to
side effects, like
everybody.
we see below.
Guys, you were fucking
Low blood
cowards.
pressure,
You're going down,
you know,
you're
they
gonna
may get
fucking
sick of
die.
the vehicle,
That's it, you're gonna die.
fever,
If you
chills,
ate kids,
nausea.
you're gonna
One
fucking
of the
die.
things
You
that
can't get
follows
over
this
that
vehicle
shit. That's a
often
death sentence.
is,
You cannot fucking
the
live.
inside
I was
temperature of the
asking,
vehicle.
where do
Typically,
they get the
someone
children?
coming from
Where do
dialysis
all
is
these
going to be cold.
children come
So they
from?
may, or hot day, they may ask you to
Well,
warm the vehicle up. Remember, as we just said, your
it has
passenger,
a lot to do with
they
illegal
seem
immigration.
fine when they get on board the vehicle.
The
But
forest
somewhere before
border
you get them to their
on
destination, they
our
get sick.
southern border.
Okay, because that
So,
feeling can be pretty
the
rough.
southern
when
border,
when you get it may be
there
cold,
are
so you
so
turn down
many
the air conditioner.
unaccompanied
if
minors.
That's the case.
Unaccompanied
Okay,
minors
they may
that
be weak,
just
so you may have
they
someone
come
that when they got on your vehicle,
they come up,
when you took
they
them
get
to the
snatched
treatment,
up,
they
they
were
get
able to
sold
walk
up.
up the steps. But now they're so weak that you have to
Yeah,
use your
sad.
lift to get them
Yes,
into the vehicle.
and
Okay,
foster
so a
care.
lot of times the
Guys,
person that you pick up is in
foster
a lot different
care
shape
is
than the
a
person you dropped off.
huge
So you need to be aware of
CPS.
that
It is a
and be able to
huge
accommodate
scam.
those extra
It's a
needs.
huge
and things
scam.
that
There's this woman named Nancy
Another
Schaefer
condition that you
who,
may experience mental illness.
she's from
You
Georgia,
may have some passengers
and she was
that experience
investigating
mental illness
child
and
trafficking through
their
the
symptoms may
CPS.
vary. So we
And
have a
she got
description
murdered.
here
I believe that
of
was in
mental illness.
2010.
Remember, it's not something to be
But it's
ashamed
just,
of.
it's really sad. A lot of people
Okay, just like heart disease,
investigating this stuff.
diabetes, any medical
They
conditions
turn
that
up
we
dead.
talked about. It's another medical
Tired
condition.
of
Okay, so there are
people
different ways
lying.
that we
I've
can go
watched
about
these people just
your
lie
work
and
with
lie
the
and lie and lie
They
and
have
lie and 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 lie, and they will never fucking
So
tell
here's
the
some
truth.
statistics.
So I'm here.
So kind of read through those just to
Tell the
give you
truth.
an idea of how prevalent
That
mental
thing.
illness is.
Sorry, my
in
man.
our
I'm
society.
fucking so sorry. I never wanted to do this, but you're a pedophile. James Gunn. 10,000 tweets, bro.
So
Fucking
when
can
you have a
you
passenger,
what part of you thought, like,
experiencing
not
mental illness,
to
there's some
leave?
things that you're probably going to have
What
to
part
do.
of you thought it was
First of all,
like,
you might want to stay engaged.
You guys,
Okay, be ready to
the
change
world
the
is
topic of
changing.
the
The
conversation
world is changing.
because we don't know what's triggering this episode. We don't know what's going to de-escalate it or escalate it. So you're going to have to be aware of trying to stay engaged as possibly can and be ready to shift the conversation if need be. Engage them in conversation. Keep them active. Okay? When they're ready to talk, be ready to listen. Again, one of those communication skills that we've been talking about throughout here is that listening skills are very important. Identify any triggers that may be causing this behavioral change and try to avoid them. Okay? You may hit upon them accidentally, but be aware. If you
By the way,
hit one of
I'll
those
just
triggers,
fucking
you
out
try
him.
to get away
Jim
from
Carrey
it.
called me
Change
up last
subjects
week.
so
I
that way
talked to
you
him for
can
5.5 hours.
control
He's
their
like
behavior a little bit.
begging me to like get a
Use
deal
active
with
listening
you.
skills.
Like he's afraid of the fucking
One of those
brackets.
communication
I'm
skills
like,
we talked about
and
earlier.
it's just like
Listen.
yammering
So
on
don't
with
try
crap,
to talk over
but like
the
not
person. Listen to
owning
them.
up or
Hear
doing
what they're saying,
anything fucking
and
meaningful.
then respond accordingly.
Meanwhile,
Don't take
just
anything
lying
personally.
to everybody.
The person may be having
Guys,
this,
you were
this
fucking
mental health
cowards.
crisis
You're going
for a
down, you're
multitude
gonna
of
fucking die.
reasons. None
That's
of
it,
which
you're
has
gonna
to
die.
do
If you
with you,
ate
right?
kids,
But maybe
you're
it's
gonna
directed
fucking
at
die.
you.
You
Don't
can't
take
get
it
over
personally.
that shit. That's a
Okay,
death
they may
sentence.
swear, they may
You
cuss,
cannot
they may
fucking
insult
live.
you.
I was asking,
You
where
need to be
do
able
they get
to
the children?
accept
Where
that,
do
realize
all
it's not
these
personal,
children come
and
from?
keep them engaged and be sincere in your
Well,
conversation. One thing that seems
it
to
has a
be
lot to do with
a
illegal
common
immigration.
trigger is saying, I understand what you're going
The
through.
forest border
Okay, how would you know?
on our
If
southern
you
border.
have an experience of mental
So,
health crisis, how would
The
you actually know
southern
what
border,
so try to
there are
avoid
so
things like
many
that.
unaccompanied
You want to
minors,
listen to what they're saying.
unaccompanied
You
minors
want to
that
try to
just,
respond to what they're saying.
they come
This is
up.
not one of those
They come up,
responses.
they get snatched up, they get sold up. Yeah, sad. Yes, and foster care. Guys, foster care is a huge CPS. It is a huge scam. It's a huge scam. There's this woman named Nancy Schaefer who, at least she's from Georgia, and she was investigating
Okay, we can't emphasize enough that you are not a medical caregiver. You're a caregiver professional. However, there's going to be times when you're going to have an incident with your vehicle where a passenger may leak, fluid, fluid, like, we've already talked about
Okay, transaction with you. Oh, babe.
Yeah, it might be. She said sometimes it's loose or something. Like I see, I just stick it up, but she got cable. It's not that good.
It's probably too tight. Mine only is too tight.
Is it still open? The ticket, sir. Is it still open? Can I skip you so I can make sure I get this in time? Thank you, sister.
Oh, I know. The tree was not my fault. Appreciate this. Can I get a pack of the golden pack of American Spirit? Sorry? The golden pack of American Spirit? Right. The golden. The one. Yeah, that one. Thank you.
You got fruit juice from the same thing? Hello? You got fruit juice from the same thing?
Yeah, it's all the
She said sometimes they get loose. They better get loose sometimes.
Yeah, I got it.